Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is the WIDA ACCESS Writing Lesson 6. Today we're going to be talking about social studies. You can pause the video and read the introduction and then restart when you're ready to continue. So the writing practice in this lesson focuses on social studies. The language of social studies involves vocabulary and phrases used in subjects like history, geography, economics, civics, and cultural studies. This might include vocabulary related to past events and time periods, maps and interpreting data, descriptions of government systems, etc. You can also pause the video and read these writing tips, and then restart when you're ready to continue. And we'll look at the first writing question. So read along with the text as you listen, look at the photos, and take notes as you read.
The Mississippi River. Rivers are important to the environment. They bring fresh water that plants and animals need. Fish and other animals live in rivers and around rivers. Rivers also give people water to drink and use every day. Rivers move water from one place to another. They help people travel. Many towns and cities are built near rivers.
Write 2 ways rivers are important to people or animals. Write 2 sentences.
And you note here that you would have 10 minutes to complete the task. First, you want to plan your writing, organize your notes, review the information beneath the pictures. Then go ahead and write your sentences and make sure to write 2 sentences and 2 reasons. And then once you're finished with your writing, go ahead and compare it to the checklist. And here's a sample response to that prompt. Rivers are important because they bring food and water to animals and plants. Also, rivers help people move from one place to another.
The Mississippi River is one of the longest rivers in the United States. It is over 2,300 miles from Minnesota to the Gulf of Mexico. This river has been very important in American history. Long ago, people used the river to travel and carry things from place to place. In the 1800s, the river became an important way to move items like food and wood. Farmers sent these items down the river to New Orleans, where they could be sold in other places.
Why was the Mississippi River important? Write a paragraph of 3 to 5 sentences using ideas from the text.
So, and if you notice, this prompt is a little bit longer, so it's slightly more difficult, so that's why you have more time to complete it. Again, start by organizing your ideas, checking your notes, looking at the pictures and the captions. And then write your paragraph using ideas from the text. Once you've finished writing, compare your sentences to the checklist. And now we'll look at a sample response. The Mississippi River was important for many reasons. In the past, people used the river to travel and moved items. Also, farmers used the river to transport food and wood to the south, where they could sell it in different places.
The Mississippi River was essential for the growth of towns and cities along its banks. These towns provided homes and jobs as people moved goods and traveled up and down the river. By the late 1800s, steam-powered boats made it even easier to transport goods and people quickly. During the Civil War, both sides tried to take control of the river to move soldiers and supplies. Even as new transportation methods, such as trains and highways, emerged, the Mississippi remained vital. Today, the river is still important for moving goods across the country and helping businesses.
Describe 2 ways the Mississippi River helped people in the past. Explain why each was important. Write a paragraph of 5 to 8 sentences.
Okay, you'll have 30 minutes to complete this task. Again, it's a little bit harder, uh, more sentences and a little more explanation. So you can use your notes, the pictures, the reading, the captions beneath the pictures. And a writing tip here is don't forget to explain why it was important. Each of the ways that the Mississippi River helped people, be sure to tell why they were important. Okay, go ahead and write your paragraph. And then when you're finished, compare your paragraph to the checklist. And here's the sample response. The Mississippi River was very important in the past because it was used for transportation. People traveled by boat on the river to move goods like food and tools from one place to another. This was important because it made trade easier and helped towns and cities grow. The growing towns and cities provided homes and jobs for people. During the Civil War, the Mississippi was one of the best ways to move soldiers and supplies. This ability to transport people and things was really valuable in the past and still is today.
Globalization, connection. People in different countries are more connected today. Being more connected has changed the ways we live, work, and share ideas. We buy and sell things from many countries all over the world. For example, many things we use every day, like phones or clothes, usually come from other countries. People also share music, movies, and food from different places. Schools and businesses use the internet to work or study with people far away. However, being connected can also cause problems. Some small businesses may lose customers because of large international companies. Being connected can be a good thing, but it can also cause problems in many places.
Right, and the tip here is to be sure and read the captions underneath the photos because they contain information that might help you.
How are we connected to people from other countries? Use an example to explain. Write a paragraph of 3 to 5 sentences.
All right, again, plan your writing using the captions below the pictures, any information that you heard, and don't forget to include an example. Now go ahead and write your paragraph. And when you're finished writing, compare your paragraph to the items on the checklist. And here's a sample response. We are connected to people from other countries in many ways. We buy things that are made in different countries. For example, many of the clothes that we wear are made in another country. Also, we share music, movies, and information with other countries using the internet.
Globalization has had a major impact on economies, cultures, and education around the world. Economically, it has allowed countries to trade goods and services more easily. Trade agreements help companies sell their products in many countries by increasing businesses and creating jobs. Culturally, globalization has introduced people to different traditions, music, and foods. Students in one country may enjoy international cuisines or celebrate holidays from other cultures. In education, globalization has made learning more accessible through online classes and international exchange programs. However, globalization also has downsides. Some industries, like farming or manufacturing, may suffer when cheaper products from other countries are introduced to local markets. Workers in these industries may lose their jobs. Local traditions and languages can also be overshadowed by global trends because more people are adopting similar styles, foods, or entertainment from around the world. Globalization can also lead to environmental problems. Transporting goods across countries increases pollution and uses more resources. The gap between wealthy and poor nations can also grow because wealthier countries often benefit more from global trade and resources.
What are 2 ways globalization has changed the world? Explain these changes using examples to support your ideas. Write a paragraph of 5 to 8 sentences.
So you'll have 30 minutes to complete this task. So first, organize your ideas and remember to use information from the graph and from the captions on the pictures. Now go ahead and write your paragraph. And when you're finished writing, check it against the checklist. And here's a sample response. Globalization has changed the world in many ways. First, it has made trade easier between countries. For example, companies can sell products like phones or clothes in many places around the world, which creates jobs and grows businesses. Second, globalization has brought different cultures closer together. People can enjoy food, music, and holidays from other countries, like eating sushi or celebrating festivals like Diwali. However, globalization can also have problems. Some workers lose their job when cheaper goods from other countries replace local goods. Local culture and languages may become less popular because global trends are everywhere. These changes show that globalization has both good and bad effects on the world. All right, the next question is based on the previous text and images.
Do you think globalization has more benefits or challenges? Describe 2 positive effects and 2 challenges. Use details from the text and your own ideas. Write 2 paragraphs with a total of 8 to 10 sentences.
All right, it's time to organize your ideas. Again, use your notes, the pictures, the graphs, the information beneath the pictures, whatever you want to illustrate your point. Now go ahead and write your 2 paragraphs, making sure that you fulfill everything that's asked for in the prompt. And then when you're finished writing, check your writing against this checklist. And here's the sample response. Globalization has both benefits and challenges. One good thing about globalization is that it helps people share ideas and culture. For example, people in different countries can try new foods, listen to music, people in different countries listen to music and learn about other traditions. This makes the world more connected. Another benefit is that it helps countries trade goods like clothes, phones, and food. This creates jobs and helps businesses grow in many places. However, globalization also has some challenges. One problem is that local traditions and languages may get lost. People may start to follow global trends and forget their own culture. Another example is that some workers lose their jobs. For example, when countries buy cheaper products from other places, local factories or farms might close. While globalization has many positives, it is important to think about its challenges and find ways to solve them. And you can do the reflection exercises on your own. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.